Khamagani, Rajasthan, the land of brave hearts and soulful art, the land of Vijay Singh Phatik, Motilal Tejawat, Swami Kumaranand, Lalu Ram Joshi, Balwant Singh Mehta, Devi Shankar Tiwari, Jugal Kishore Chaturvedi and Ganesh Lal Vyas Ustad, the land of basketball player Khushi Ram, athlete Sri Ram Singh, volleyball player R.K. Purohit and archer Limba Ram, the land of forts and Dalbati Churma. Saying so, we welcome you to the Fit India Quiz Rajasthan edition presented by Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports and Ministry of Education with Fit India Mission in celebration of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav is an initiative of the Government of India to celebrate and commemorate 75 years of progressive India and the glorious history of its people, culture and achievements. Fit India Quiz is the biggest Indian quiz on sports and fitness like none other. The Fit India Quiz provides an opportunity to students and schools to win cash prizes of rupees 3.25 crore and be the champion at state and national level. In the preliminary round, 36,299 students from 13,502 schools participated in the mobile-based test conducted by the National Testing Agency. Participation was from more than 626 districts across India. After the preliminary rounds, 360 schools will be participating in the state web rounds where they'll be competing with the selected schools from their respective state or union territories to become state or union territory champions and represent their state or union territory in the national finals. So without any further delay, let's go to our virtual auditorium to meet our quizmaster for today.
आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव में और मिठास घोलने के लिए अब बारी राजस्थान की 4 टीमों की। 4 स्कूल्स, सपना, लक्ष्य, नेशनल फाइनल्स तक पहुंचने का। वेलकम वन एंड ऑल टू द ग्रैंड फिनाले, द स्टेट ग्रैंड फिनाले ऑफ द फिट इंडिया क्विज, द राजस्थान एडिशन। ये 4 टीमें धमाकेदार सेमीफाइनल्स जीतकर यहां तक पहुंची है। चलिए आपकी इंट्रोडक्शन कराते हैं इन चारों टीमों से। सबसे पहले मयूर स्कूल अजमेर से। अब अजमेर जो नाम है वो पड़ा है अजय मेरू नाम के शब्द से, जिसका मतलब है the invincible hills. Will Mayur School be invincible? The two of you, welcome to this round. Tell us a bit about yourself and how you're feeling at this stage.
Morning all, I am Vatsal from Mayur School. I feel very proud to be representing my school in the state level.
And I'm Radha from Mayur School.
Okay, the other team in this contest, the challengers, the St. Paul's Senior Secondary School from Udaipur, the City of Lakes. The two of you are looking nice and dapper in those suits. भाई मन में क्या चल रहा है इस समय और तैयारी कैसे की आप दोनों ने?
Sir, I am Udar Pandya from St. Paul Senior Secondary School.
And I am Nalin Mansell from St. Paul's School.
And sir, I am feeling very proud and privileged to be here. Sir, यहाँ के बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है.
And sir, तैयारी अच्छी है and we will do our best. Thank you.
Okay, will your best be good enough? We'll find out. Right, now on to the third school in this contest, the Army Public School from Nasirabad, which has a cantonment which is home to one of the biggest firing ranges in India. Will these two dapper young boys fire on all cylinders? A quick introduction and tell me how you're feeling. How's the preparation been like for the two of you?
Hello sir, my name is Sanjeev.
And my name is Aditya.
And we feel proud to represent our school at a state level, sir. And we will do our best and we have prepared so far.
Okay then, on to the fourth and the final contender from the Vivekananda Kendriya Vidyalaya in Bhilwara, which is the textile city. These two gentlemen looking nice, dressed up sartorially. But how well are they prepared for this big challenge ahead of them?
Hello sir, my name is Kunal Bagwan.
My name is Vinamra Sanjeti. And we are very excited for the quiz and very proud to represent our school in the state round.
Yes, all these teams have put in a great show in the earlier rounds and therefore they are here in the state finale from Rajasthan. Guess what is up at stake? Guess what's up for grabs? Big cash prizes. The second runners up will take home 55,000 rupees. The first runners up pockets 1,10,000, but the winner gets a grand cash prize of 2,75,000, and what's more important is that you get a ticket to the grand finale of the Fit India quiz. Right, there they are, the 4 teams in contention for a spot at the national finals. Remember, you have 3 lifelines to bail you out when you are in a tricky spot. Just a quick reminder. The first one is toss the cue, where we change the question for you. The second one is head or tail, where we remove 2 incorrect options, and the third one we'll see an expert coming to your rescue. And the expert for the day, the captain fit as we call it, is Miss Rashmita Guha, who will try to help you out with her expert opinion. A quick hello to Miss Rashmita Guha as well, the captain fit for the day. Miss Guha, how much have you had to prepare for this? This must be a special challenge for you as well.
Yes, of course it is. And I am all set because I really hope they won't be needing my help. But in case they do, I have made sure I'm resourceful to these guys. And honestly, it's an amazing opportunity to be a part of something so huge. Also, look at these guys. They are the kind of confidence these guys are exuberating. It's amazing. So I know the quiz is going to be on fire, and all the very, very best to you guys.
Yes, they do have a captain fit like you on standby, who will be called for help at least once. They can be called for once. You can call for these lifelines only thrice during this state finale. We hope you don't need our help, but you do need a lot of wishes, and here's a very special person wishing you all the very best for this round.
Hi friends, I congratulate all the participants of the Fit India Quiz Contest, and I wish the very best to all the schools that have made it to the finals. Thank you.
With those wishes, I believe you're all set to kickstart this state finale. The first of the 5 rounds is called Fitness Kiddos. Here's a look at the rules.
Fitness Kiddos. Questions on yoga, fitness and nutrition. Clockwise round. Each team will get 15 seconds to answer a question after the quiz master has read it out. Direct questions to each team. No passing. Correct answer will fetch 10 points. No negative marking. Lifelines are available. If lifeline is used, correct answer will fetch 5 points. The quiz master's decision is final.
Here we go then. 4 questions in this first round. I'll first go to Mayur School, Ajmer, with the first question of this Rajasthan edition of the state finale. Here we go. Which of the following is not a type of flexibility training? Not a type of flexibility training. Your options are A. Ballistic, B. Plyometric, C. Static, D. Dynamic. Your 15 seconds start now. Mayur School. Mayur School.
B. Plyometric.
They've gone with B. Plyometric with 4 seconds to go. Let's find out if that's the correct answer. It is Plyometric. What a great start from Mayur School, Ajmer. They're off to an absolute flyer. Moving on now to question number 2 that goes to St. Paul's Senior Secondary School from Udaipur. Here we go. Humans can consume a variety of carbohydrates. Dash breaks down complex carbohydrates into simple monomers: glucose, fructose, mannose and galactose. Fill up the gap. What does the blank stand for? Your options are digestion, B. ejection, C. respiration, D. excretion. Your time starts now. St. Paul's from Udaipur. What's the answer?
So C, respiration.
Okay, is it C, respiration? No, it isn't. It isn't respiration. I know you'll have sweaty palms after getting this one wrong. Anyhow, you'll have many more opportunities to get going. Not off the mark, St. Paul's. Now on to the Army Public School from Nasirabad for their first question in this state finale. Right, it's a long question. Listen to this very carefully. The classic DASH diet consists of whole grain bread, beans, garden vegetables, fruits, and in some parts of the island, mastic oil. Dash also traditionally eat pecorino cheese made from grass-fed sheep, whose cheese is high in omega-3 fatty acids. Fill in the blank. Your options are A. Sardinian, B. Icarian or Icarian, C. Atkins, or D. Ukrainian. Your time starts now. Army Public School, Nasirabad.
We would like to take a lifeline.
Okay, straight away they want to go for a lifeline. Which lifeline would you like?
Captain Fit.
Okay, they'd like to go to Captain Fit. Time for us to speak to Miss Rashmita Guha, the Captain Fit for the day.
Okay. Hello, you guys. For your answer, it's going to be option A, Sardinian.
Okay, Miss Rashmita Guha reckons the answer is Sardinian. Will Army Public School go for it? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, they want to go with A, Sardinian.
Yes, sir.
Well, they can smile now, they can rejoice, they can heave a sigh of relief because Miss Rashmita Guha has got it absolutely right. Sardinian is the answer. They're off the mark with that answer with a little bit of help from the expert. Now on to the Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalaya from Bhilwara for their first question in this round 1. Also named staff pose, X is a seated asana in modern yoga as exercise. The name comes from the Sanskrit word meaning stick or staff. How is it known as? You got 4 options. A. Sukhasana. B. Dandasana. C. Vakrasana. D. Kakasana. On
Sir,
to now
B. Dandasana.
the Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalaya. What's the answer?
B. Dandasana.
B. Dandasana. Say Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalaya. Let's find out. It is Dandasana. Well done, Vivekananda. It was a good answer. They knew it straight away. And they've come up with the correct answer. Right. So most teams getting a sense of how tough this contest is going to be. These questions not easy to answer. Questions around fitness and yoga and diets. Right. We're in for an absolute thriller of a state finale. This Rajasthan special. We'll take a little break here. When we come back, we'll take a look at the scores from round 1.
फिटनेस एंड स्पोर्ट्स क्विज फिट इंडिया क्विज में माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के विजन फिट इंडिया मूवमेंट के द्वारा की गई इस पहल से जुड़ने का सभी देशवासियों से आह्वान करता हूं। फिट इंडिया क्विज में देश के कोने कोने से भाग लेने वाले सभी विद्यार्थियों का अभिनंदन करता हूं और आशा करता हूं कि आप सभी जी जान लगाकर एवं दिमाग से फिट इंडिया क्विज में भाग लेंगे और अपने विद्यालय, परिजनों एवं राज्य का नाम रोशन करेंगे। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
भाई स्वागत है आप सबका एक और बार दूसरा राउंड, दूसरा सेगमेंट आप देख रहे हैं राजस्थान एडिशन। ये स्टेट ग्रैंड फिनाले है फिट इंडिया क्विज का, which is presented by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, the Ministry of Education with Fit India Mission in celebration of हमारे देश की आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव। The Fit India Quiz, as you all know, is the biggest Indian quiz on sports and fitness. अब नजर डालते हैं स्कोर्स पर। सेंट पॉल्स सीनियर सेकेंडरी स्कूल अब तक अपना खाता नहीं खोल पाया है, लेकिन मयूर स्कूल और विवेकानंद केंद्रीय विद्यालय इस समय लॉक्ड है। 10 पॉइंट है उनके पास और आर्मी पब्लिक स्कूल के पास है 5 पॉइंट, क्योंकि उन्होंने मदद ली थी हमारी एक्सपर्ट की। कोई बात नहीं, अगर सेंट पॉल्स वाले अब तक अपना खाता नहीं खोल पाए कोई बात नहीं, बड़े बहुत चांसेस और आने वाले हैं। 4 और राउंड बचे हैं और अब बारी दूसरे राउंड की, जिसका नाम है चैंपियन ऑफ चैंपियंस। लेकिन सबसे पहले नजर रूल्स पर।
Champion of Champions. Questions on sports and sports personalities. Buzz around. Correct answer will fetch 10 points. The question will not pass. Wrong answer will fetch -5 points. No additional lifelines for this round. The quiz master's decision is final.
तो भाई बजर राउंड है, यहाँ पर एक्सपर्ट लाइफलाइन आपको काम नहीं आएगी। आप कोई भी लाइफलाइंस का इस्तेमाल नहीं कर सकते सही जवाब के लिए। 10 पॉइंट और गलत जवाब की वजह से आपको हो सकता है 5 पॉइंट का नुकसान। बजर राउंड है, चौकन्ने रहना, तैयार रहना और बिल्कुल फुर्ती से बजर दबाना अगर आपको सही जवाब पता है। चैंपियन ऑफ चैंपियंस राउंड 2 का ये रहा पहला सवाल। टेक अ लुक एट द मैन ऑन योर स्क्रीन, गिव मी हिज नेम। नेम दिस फॉर्मर हॉकी कैप्टन। Still waiting for a buzzer. Do not answer before you press the buzzer. Wait for my cue. I'm waiting for your buzzer. Should be an easy one if you are an Indian hockey supporter. Okay, I'm going to close this question in about 3 seconds. Oh, just in time. Vivekananda Kendriya Vidyalaya have pressed the buzzer. What's the answer?
Dhanraj Pillai.
They say Dhanraj Pillai. Okay, here we go. It is Dilip Tirki, not Dhanraj Pillai. Two very different looking men, but it wasn't to be, and so that attracts a -5 for Team 4, Vivekananda Kendriya Vidyalaya from Bhilwara. Moving on to question 2 of Champion of Champions. Identify this legendary hockey player who has the distinction of winning 4 Olympic gold medals. It's a tough one, I must admit. It's a tough one for these students. But who knows? It's a buzzer round. Still waiting. St. Paul's thinking. No reactions from the other 3 schools. Do any of you have the answer, or do I close it? In 3 seconds now. Okay, nobody going for it. No answers. But for you and our viewers, let's find out who this legend is. It is Leslie Claudius, winner of 4 Olympic gold medals. Now you know. Moving on now to question 3 of this round 2, the Champion of Champions. Identify this domestic cricket trophy that has been won by Mumbai the most number of times. I expect all of you to know this. What's the answer? Is anyone going to press the buzzer? Still waiting. St. Paul's. What's the answer? St. Paul's.
Ranji Trophy.
Okay, there was a question mark at the end of the way you said Ranji Trophy. Let's find out. Let's confirm. It is the Ranji Trophy. Well done, St. Paul's. You can afford to smile a lot wider. Yes, good answer that. Very quick on the buzzer as well. Now time for question number 4, the final one. Identify this female Indian Olympic swimmer who represented India at the Rio 2016 Olympics in the 200-meter freestyle event. Army Public School, Nasirabad. Want to go for it?
Mana
What's the
Patel.
answer? Army Public School?
Mana Patel.
Okay, let's confirm. It is Shivani Kataria. No, 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 no. That incorrect answer will mean a deduction of 5 points from your scores. Army Public School, Nasirabad going for it. Unfortunately, not getting it right, and that makes the other teams happy. What impact will that have on the scorecard? We'll find out on the other side of this break. Stay tuned. You're watching the Rajasthan edition of the Fit India Quiz State Grand Finale. Kahin mat jaye.
फिट रहना उतना मुश्किल काम नहीं है जितना कुछ लोगों को लगता है। फिटनेस की डोज आधा घंटा रोज। इस मंत्र में सभी का स्वास्थ्य, सभी का सुख छिपा हुआ है।
अक्कड़ बक्कड़ बम्बे बो, दो आधा घंटा फिटनेस को। ताज़ा खबर को ताज़ी हवा में पढ़ लो। अरे पार्क नहीं तो छत पर थोड़ी वॉक ही कर लो। सब्जी हो या तरकारी हाथों में भर लो। अरे 2 मंजिल का जीना है, ढीली ही चलो। अक्कड़ बक्कड़ बम्बे बो, हो, दो आधा घंटा फिटनेस को। बस आधा घंटा फिटनेस को।
फिटनेस की डोज आधा घंटा रोज।
Yes, great message that from the Honorable Prime Minister. Fitness की डोज आधा घंटा रोज याद रखिए और बिल्कुल फिट हो जाइए। लेकिन अब हम फिट हो चुके हैं इस ग्रैंड फिनाले को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए। आप देख रहे हैं राजस्थान एडिशन ऑफ द फिट इंडिया क्विज। इट्स प्रेजेंटेड बाय the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, the Ministry of Education with Fit India Mission in celebration of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. And now it's time for us to take a look at the scores or where it all stands at the end of round 2. Let's find out. Mayur School, Ajmer and St. Paul's are locked at 10 points each. Army Public School, courtesy some negative marking, are back to 0. And Vivekananda Kendriya Vidyalaya from Bhilwara are there with 5 points in the 3rd position. Right, the Army Public School can get going in this round. It's called Magic of Sports. But before we move on, let's take a look at the rules.
Magic of sports. Mixed bag audiovisual questions. Anti-clockwise round. Each team will get 15 seconds to answer a question after the video is shown and the quiz master has read it out. Direct questions to each team. No passing. Correct answer will fetch 10 points. No negative marking. No additional lifelines for this round.
Right, lots of video clues coming your way. We'll start with the Vivekananda Kendriya Vidyalaya from Bhilwara. Here's your video clue. Now, if you've seen the video carefully, you should be able to answer this one. Here's the question for you. Name this Indian Paralympian who brought laurels to the country thrice at the Paralympic Games, which is an outstanding feat. Your 15 seconds start now. Vivekananda. You got 15 seconds
Sir,
to answer.
it's Devendra Jajaria.
Devendra Jajaria, says Vivekananda Kendriya Vidyalaya. Yes, it is Devendra. As good as his javelin throw, Devendra Jajaria has brought India glory at the highest stage. Moving on now to the Army Public School in Nasirabad. Watch this video carefully, post which we'll have the question for you. Now, it was a basketball clip, but what's the question? Here we go. Name this NBA's first ever Indian-born draft pick in the year 2015, seen in action at the 2015 Samsung NBA Summer League in Las Vegas. Your 15 seconds start now. Army Public School. Indian-born NBA player.
So Satnam Singh.
Okay, they reckon it is Satnam Singh. Let's find out. Singh is king. Satnam Singh. That's the correct answer. Well done, Army Public. That should make you feel really good for getting it right. Now on to St. Paul's Senior Secondary School from Udaipur. Here's your video clue. Now that you've seen the clip, take a look at this question. The service technique shown here is used in which indigenous sport? Your time has started. St. Paul's.
Volleyball.
Volleyball, he reckons. Okay. The correct answer is shooting ball. Oh my word, shooting ball it is. Wasn't to be for St. Paul's. Now on to Mayur School, Ajmer. Let's see what they've got in store for them. Here's the video clue. Here comes the question at the back of that video clue. What is the name of the surface being installed here? Mayur School, Ajmer, your 15 seconds start now. What is the name of the surface being installed in that video? Mayur School, Ajmer, 5 seconds to go.
Synthetic.
Synthetic. Sounded like a guess. Let's see if that's the correct guess. It's AstroTurf. You should have known that. Used world over, the AstroTurf. It wasn't to be, unfortunately. A disappointing round. This one from these Rajasthan finalists. No worries. Everybody needs a bit of a breather, I think, from all the pressure of this big stage. We'll take a little break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the updated scores at the end of this round. Stay with us. भाई इस राजस्थान एडिशन में बहुत सारी हलचल हुई। पिछले 3 राउंड्स में उथल पुथल हो चुकी है स्कोर कार्ड पर, लेकिन आप देख रहे हैं फिट इंडिया क्विज का स्टेट ग्रैंड फिनाले राजस्थान एडिशन प्रेजेंटेड बाय द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ यूथ अफेयर्स एंड स्पोर्ट्स, द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन विद फिट इंडिया मिशन इन सेलिब्रेशन ऑफ आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव। द फिट इंडिया क्विज, एज यू ऑल नो बाय नाउ, is India's biggest quiz on sports and fitness। लेकिन किसकी फिटनेस बेहतर हुई है स्कोर कार्ड पर आइए नजर डालते हैं। भाई 3 टीमें इस समय 10 पॉइंट पर अटकी हुई है, लेकिन जो चौथी टीम है जिसका नाम है विवेकानंद केंद्रीय विद्यालय, इस समय 15 पॉइंट के साथ लीड कर रहे हैं और बाकी 3 टीमें पीछा कर रही है। मयूर स्कूल, सेंट पॉल्स और आमली पब्लिक स्कूल तीनों के हैं 10-10 अंक। लेकिन इस स्कोर कार्ड में तब्दीली हो सकती है, बिल्कुल होगी। At the end of the next round, the 4th round, which is called खेलेगा भारत तो खिलेगा भारत। आइए नजर डालते हैं रूल्स पर।
खेलेगा भारत तो खिलेगा भारत। Questions on Khelo India, Fit India and traditional games. Clockwise round. Each team will get 15 seconds to answer a question after the quiz master has read it out. The question will not pass. Correct answer will fetch each team 10 points. No negative marking. Lifelines are available. If lifeline is used, correct answer will fetch 5 points. The quiz master's decision is final.
तो ये अच्छी बात यह है कि यहाँ पर आप लाइफलाइन का इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं और हम जाएंगे क्लॉकवाइज। सबसे पहले इस राउंड का पहला सवाल हम चलेंगे मयूर स्कूल अजमेर की ओर। ये रहा आपका सवाल, ध्यान से पढ़िए और ध्यान से सुनिए। The only time when more than one tackle point is awarded in a raid is when the team has dash or fewer players on the mat and still manages a successful tackle. What does dash stand for? A 2, B 3, C 4, D 5. Does Mayur School Ajmer have the answer? Your time starts now. Mayur School?
3.
Did you say 3? Option B.
Yes,
Gone
sir.
with 3. Let's find out. A confirmation. It is 3. What a super tackle that is from Mayur School. A confident answer from Mayur School. That will make them feel good. Now on to the St. Paul Senior Secondary School for their question in this round. Here we go. Vijay Pal Yadav was a legendary wrestling coach of India who coached many medal-winning wrestlers. How do we know him better? What name do we know him by? Your options are A. Guru Hanuman, B. Guru Dronacharya, C. Guru Veer Vyas, D. Guru Bhim. Does St. Paul have the answer?
Sir, A. Guru Hanuman.
Okay, confident sounding answer that from St. Paul's. Let's find out. It is Guru Hanuman. Well done. यार वो तो धोबी पछाड़, धोबी पछाड़ दिया आपने इस बड़े ही कॉन्फिडेंट जवाब के साथ। मुस्कुराहट लौट आई है क्योंकि जानते हैं कि उस आंसर का स्कोर बोर्ड पर क्या असर होने वाला है। आर्मी पब्लिक स्कूल की ओर चलते हैं। नसीराबाद से आई ये टीम। ये रहा आपका सवाल। Which of the following is an equipment used in Gatka, the indigenous sport of India? Your options are A. Thang, B. Bagnak, C. Soti, D. Chakram. क्या जवाब है इसका? गटका में किस चीज का इस्तेमाल होता है? इन चारों में से किस चीज का इस्तेमाल? आपका समय शुरू हो चुका है। आर्मी पब्लिक स्कूल?
Sir, A. Thang.
A. Thang, just in time, just as the clock was about to. Oh, it's not the right answer. The correct answer is Soti, which is used in Gatka, one of the very popular indigenous sports of India. देखिए गटका बड़ा ही कमाल का स्पोर्ट है। ऑनलाइन जाकर इसके वीडियोस देखिएगा, बड़ा मजा आता है। विजुअली बहुत ही सुंदर खेल है, लेकिन जवाब आपका सुंदर नहीं था अनफॉर्चुनेटली। अगले राउंड में एक और बार कोशिश करिएगा। अब इस राउंड का चौथा और आखिरी सवाल आ रहा है विवेकानंदा केंद्रीय विद्यालय के लिए, जो आए हैं भिलवाड़ा से। Kerala teams, girls under 21 and boys under 21, won the silver medal in which traditional Indian team sport at the Khelo India Youth Games in the year 2019. Your options are A. Kho-Kho, B. Kabaddi, C. Polo, D. None of the above. विवेकानंद केंद्रीय विद्यालय, क्या आपके पास इस सवाल का जवाब है? 10 सेकंड बचे हैं। 11 सेकंड।
लाइफलाइन।
ओके, लाइफलाइन लेना चाहेंगे। कौन सी लाइफलाइन?
कैप्टन फिट।
कैप्टन फिट, जिसका मतलब ये कि हम फिर एक बार बुलाना चाहेंगे मिस रश्मिता गुहा को, क्योंकि उनकी मदद की जरूरत आन पड़ी है।
Hello, you guys. Okay, for your answer, it's gonna be option A, Coco.
Okay, Miss Guha reckons it's Coco. Vivekananda, you happy with that?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, they've gone with Coco. Coco it is. Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalaya can thank Miss Guha for that correct answer. Thank you so much, ma'am, for helping these students. These are crucial points. I wonder what the impact of that answer is going to be on the scorecard. I know you're wondering as well, but we'll take a look at the scorecard when we come back on the other side of this short break. कहीं मत जाइए, क्योंकि अगर कहीं चले गए तो बहुत पछताओगे। बहुत कमाल का फिनाले हो रहा है।
हेल्दी खाना 3 टाइप्स का होता है, गो, ग्रो एंड ग्लो। गो फूड्स हमें ताकत या स्ट्रेंथ देते हैं, ग्रो हमें बढ़ने या टॉल होने में मदद करते हैं, और ग्लो फूड्स हमें बीमारी से लड़ने की ताकत देते हैं।
हाँ, गो ग्रो एंड ग्लो फूड।
बहुत अच्छे। तो स्वस्थ रहने के लिए दिन में हमें अपनी थाली में गो, ग्रो एंड ग्लो फूड्स चेक करने चाहिए।
तो कौन से फूड्स गो, कौन से ग्लो और कौन से ग्रो होते हैं?
गो फूड्स जैसे रोटी, चावल, ब्रेड और फैट्स हमें ताकत देते हैं। दाल, दूध, अंडे, मीट और मछली, इन्हें हम ग्रो फूड्स कहते हैं। फल और सब्जियां, जिन्हें हम ग्लो फूड्स कहते हैं, इनसे हमारे शरीर को आवश्यक विटामिन्स और मिनरल्स मिलते हैं। मुझे विश्वास है अब तुम सबको पौष्टिक खाने के बारे में जानकारी हो गई है। एक और बात का ध्यान रखो, हम जब खाना खाएं तो उसका आधा हिस्सा फल और सब्जियां होनी चाहिए। याद रखना, अगर हम सही और पौष्टिक खाएंगे तो हम हमेशा स्वस्थ रहेंगे।
हम गो ग्लो और ग्लो करेंगे।
वेलकम बैक। आप देख रहे हैं राजस्थान एडिशन। ये है फिट इंडिया क्विज का स्टेट फिनाले और राजस्थान की 4 टीमें एक बड़ी ही दिलचस्प बैटल में इस समय अटकी हुई है। दिस क्विज इज ऑफ कोर्स प्रेजेंटेड बाय द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ यूथ अफेयर्स एंड स्पोर्ट्स, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन विद द फिट इंडिया मिशन इन सेलिब्रेशन ऑफ द आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव। फिट इंडिया क्विज है इस देश का सबसे बड़ा क्विज ऑन स्पोर्ट्स एंड फिटनेस। लेकिन भाई, किसकी हालत खस्ता है और किसकी हालत अच्छी है, बेहतर हुई, स्कोर कार्ड पर नजर डालते हैं। 4 टीमें हैं, लेकिन मयूर स्कूल और सेंट पॉल अब भी अटके हुए उनका साथ दे रहे हैं विवेकानंद केंद्र विद्यालय। तीनों टीमें 20 पॉइंट के साथ इस रेस में आगे हैं, लेकिन आर्मी पब्लिक स्कूल नसीराबाद किस्मत अच्छी नहीं रही है। कुछ मुश्किल सवाल उनकी ओर आए हैं, लेकिन अब भी उनके पास मौका है 5वें राउंड में भरपाई करने का और लीड लेने का। पर उथल पुथल और मच सकती है, क्योंकि ये है 5वां और आखिरी राउंड, जिसका नाम है फ्री स्टाइल। क्या नियम है, आइए बता दें।
Freestyle. Sports mixed bag questions. 12 questions on the buzzer. Correct answer will fetch each team 10 points. -5 for wrong answer after buzzer. No additional lifeline for this round. Quiz master's decision is final.
Right, this is a high stakes game. Your risk appetite will be put to test. -5 for a wrong answer, 10 points for a correct answer. 4 schools in contention, 3 locked at 20 points, 1 at 10 points. Here we go then, 12 questions coming your way. It's a buzzer round. Make sure you're hot on the buzzer and make sure you have the correct answer when you go for it. Here we go then, the first question of the 5th and final round. In an Olympic swimming medley, swimmers have to perform how many kinds of strokes in total? Team 2, St. Paul's, has pressed the buzzer. How many kinds?
4.
Okay, 4. Is that the correct answer? 4 it is! St. Paul's. Well done. Time for our next question. Here we go. After that good answer, here's your next one. It's a buzzer round, remember? Father of Indian cricketers Mohinder and Surinder, who was the first Indian to score a test century, St. Paul, knows the answer. Looks like they do. What's the answer, St. Paul?
Lala Amarnath.
Lala Amarnath is what they think the answer is. It is the correct answer. The great Lala Amarnath, also known as the Kapurthala Kid. But these two kids from St. Paul's Senior Secondary School in Udaipur have got it right. They have hit top gear in this round. Moving on to the next question. Which cricketer's royal designation was the Jam Sahib of Nawanagar? Which team wants to hazard a guess? Do any of you know the answer? +10 for a correct answer, -5 if you get it wrong. I'm going to close it in 4 seconds. No answer there. Which cricketer's royal designation was the Jam Sahib of Nawanagar? For you and our viewers, the correct answer is Ranjit Singh Ji. Now you know. Moving on now to the next question. How many pockets are there on a snooker table? How many pockets are there on a snooker table? St. Paul is at it again. St. Paul, what's the correct answer?
6.
6 looks like they played a lot of snooker on weekend. 6 it is. They are running away with this state finale. St. Paul's from Udaipur. What a good answer it is. Time for Mayur School, Army Public School and Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalaya to buck up. They need to wake up. Here comes your next question. Which Asian country was the first to win the Cricket World Cup as hosts or co-hosts? Still waiting. St. Paul is at it again. Looks like there's only one team in this contest. St. Paul, what's the answer?
India.
Which was the first? Okay, here we go. It is not India, it is Sri Lanka. I suppose you weren't even born then. We're talking about the 1996 Cricket World Cup, which was co-hosted by India, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. Moving on to the next one. A negative answer gave you 5 negative points. Here we go then. Who was the first Indian badminton player to win an Olympic medal? St. Paul, at it again. What's the correct answer? The first Indian badminton player to win an Olympic medal.
PV Sindhu.
PV Sindhu, did you say? PV Sindhu, is it? It isn't. It was Saina Nehwal who did that. Saina Nehwal won the Olympic medal, and another negative marking. 5 points lost by St. Paul's. Perhaps a bit trigger happy here. The other teams need to buck up. Mayur School needs to wake up as well. Here we go then. Next question. The 7th question is, fill in the blank to complete this weightlifting event. Clean and dash. St. Paul, once again. St. Paul, what's the answer?
Clean and jerk.
Jerk. Clean and jerk, they reckon it is. It is clean and jerk. A clean finish to this question from St. Paul Senior Secondary School. They are back. They've covered up for the losses in those last 2 questions. Moving on to question number 8 now. By what sweet nickname was the boxer Ray Robinson known? Ray Robinson, what was his sweet nickname? Does anyone know? Is the answer in the question itself? Think about it. Okay, we're going to have to close this one. But for all of you, the correct answer is... The correct answer is sugar. No sweet taste there for any of the teams. That is the correct answer. Moving on now to question number 9. Total of 4 questions left. Buck up everyone else. In tennis, if you fault on your first serve, you do not have the opportunity to serve again for the same point. True or false? St. Paul at it again.
False.
False, they reckon. That is a good serve. That's a very good serve. 2 services are allowed. St. Paul need no more. Well done. They can afford to smile while the others need to wake up. Time now for our next question. Question number 10. Which Kolkata Football Club's fans are known as the Mariners? Looking for a buzzer. Are St. Paul going to risk it once again? Will Mayur go for it? Do they have this nothing to lose attitude now? A total of 3 questions left. 2 after this one. Closing this one. Mayur, Army Public, Vivekananda. No buzzers, no answers, no one's risking it. We'll close it. The correct answer of this question is Mohan Bagan. Right, okay. 2 more questions left. St. Paul's looks like they're running away with it unless Mayur want to fight. Here we go. What is a practitioner of judo known as? What is a practitioner of judo known as? Mayur Public School, still thinking. Army Public School as well. Vivekananda, they've been so quiet. St. Paul is at it again. The same story repeats itself.
Judaco.
Come again?
Judaco.
Judoka, okay. It's judoka, but I'll give you this one. You said judoka instead of judoka, but that's all right. That is more than acceptable. Another correct answer. Okay, now time for the last and final question of this state finale. What was the name of the IBM computer that defeated Garry Kasparov in 1996? The name of the IBM computer that defeated the great Garry Kasparov in 1996. Vivekananda Army Public School and Mayur School seem to have shut shop there. No buzzers at all. I'm about to close it unless St. Paul's want to finish it with a flurry. No, they're happy. They're happy with where they are. They know what the scorecard will look like at the end of it. However, for everyone else, the correct answer is deep blue. Well, I know that 3 teams are feeling the blues here because St. Paul's have absolutely rocked it in this 5th and final round. They've been absolutely sensational. Great answers. Very good on the buzzers as well. And I'm sure after that frenetic round of quizzing, they need a break. The other 3 teams need some time as well to think of what went right and what went wrong. We'll take a little break. When we come back, we'll have the final scores and the prize distribution.
लाइफ में चैलेंजेस कभी भी और कहीं भी आ सकते हैं और हम इनका अच्छे से तभी सामना कर सकते हैं जब हम तैयार हों इनको फेस करने के लिए। हम अगर हेल्दी और फिट हैं तो हमारी तैयारी और भी बेहतर हो जाती है। बस जरूरत है थोड़ी सी मेहनत, थोड़े से अनुशासन की। प्रेजेंटिंग फिट इंडिया मोबाइल ऐप, आपका फिटनेस गाइड और पर्सनल हेल्थ ट्रेनर। पहली बार अब भारत का हर एक नागरिक अपना फिटनेस स्कोर पता करके जान पाएगा कि वो कितना फिट है। आप अपनी आयु के अनुसार अपने फिटनेस स्कोर की जांच कर सकते हैं। ये सुविधा खास आपके लिए पहली बार शुरू की जा रही है। ये ऐप आपके फिटनेस रूटीन को ट्रैक कर सारा डेटा स्टोर करता है ताकि आप अपनी प्रोग्रेस देख सकें और फिट रहने के नए और आसान नुस्खे अपना पाएं। इस ऐप के साथ आप बन सकते हैं खुद के फिटनेस मास्टर। उसके बाद हम आपके फिटनेस रूटीन को बनाने में आपकी मदद करेंगे। फिटनेस की दुनिया में कदम रखें, मोटिवेटेड रहें और अपडेटेड रहें। और सबसे अच्छी बात है कि इन सारी सुविधाओं का लाभ आप पा सकते हैं एकदम फ्री। बस अपने एंड्रॉइड और एप्पल डिवाइस पर हमारे ऐप का हिंदी और इंग्लिश वर्जन डाउनलोड करें और शुरू हो जाइए। आपका फिट रहने का सपना अब है एक क्लिक दूर।
फिटनेस की डोज आधा घंटा रोज।
स्वागत है आप सबका एक और बार, एक आखिरी बार। परिणाम नतीजा क्या है बताएंगे आपको। आप देख रहे हैं राजस्थान एडिशन ऑफ द फिट इंडिया क्विज। इट इज द स्टेट ग्रैंड फिनाले। यहां से एक टीम राजस्थान का प्रतिनिधित्व करेगी नेशनल फाइनल्स में। आप देख रहे हैं फिट इंडिया क्विज का ये खास शो। इट्स प्रेजेंटेड बाय द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ यूथ अफेयर्स एंड स्पोर्ट्स, द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन with the Fit India mission in celebration of भारत की आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव। Let me also remind you that you guys can all download the Fit India mobile app Play Store से या App Store से। फिट रहिए, स्वस्थ रहिए, तंदुरुस्त रहिए, मस्त रहिए, हर पल हर दिन फिट रहिए। लेकिन अब वो पल जिसका इन चारों टीमों को बेसब्री से इंतजार है कि भाई किसकी पोजीशन क्या है एट द एंड ऑफ द 5 राउंड्स। मैं जानता हूं कि एक टीम मुस्कुरा रही है, उसका नाम है सेंट पॉल सीनियर सेकेंडरी स्कूल जो नंबर 1 पर है, लेकिन दूसरे स्थान के लिए कशमकश थोड़ी और आगे बढ़ेगी क्योंकि वी हैव अ टाई बिटवीन मयूर School and Vivekananda Kendriya Vidyalay are tied at 20. Army Public School will bow out with only 10 points. A disappointing performance from them. However, to find out who finishes at number 2, we have a tie between Team 1, that's Mayur School, and Team 4, that is Vivekananda Kendriya Vidyalay. Now, here's how the tiebreaker will work.
Tiebreaker. Each question on the buzzer. First team to buzz and answer wins the tie. If the team buzzes and answers incorrectly, the other team wins the tie. Quizmaster's decision is final.
Here we go then. St. Paul's can smile, they've made it through to the national finals. But the other two teams want to finish at number 2. Pride at stake. It's a buzzer round. Mayur School, Vivekananda. If you're ready, here comes your tie-breaker. Koneru Hampi excels in which sport? Koneru Hampi excels in which sport? It's between Mayur School and Vivekananda. No buzzer yet. It's a tiebreaker. The second spot up for grabs. That's what at stake. Okay, I'm going to have to close this one and go to the next question. Wake up, Mayur School. The pressures writ large on your faces. Wake up, Vivekananda Kendriya Vidyalaya as well. No attempt for Mayur School and Vivekananda. But the correct answer for all of you is chess. Should have known. I know St. Paul knew it. I know St. Paul knew the answer. Mayur School, Vivekananda weren't quite ready. Perhaps the fear of the negative marking is showing in their approach as well. However, this tiebreak shall continue. We have another question coming up. Let's see if we can close this out here. In 1999, Baishik Bhutia became the second Indian ever to play professional football in Europe for a second division club in England. Which team did he play for? It's a tiebreaker between Mayur School and Vivekananda Kendriya Vidyalaya from Bhilwara. Do they know the answer to this? Do they have the risk appetite to hazard a guess? Will they go for it? Is there a buzzer? Mayur School Ajmer, Vivekananda Bhilwara. It's between the two teams. Is the tiebreaker going to be longer than the episode itself? No? Okay, no answer. We will give you the correct answer. It's Bury FC, Bury Football Club. If only they could outsource this job to St. Paul's, who seem to know all the answer. They've been smiling through and through. Well, well, well. Who would have thought this tiebreaker would go on? I cannot believe this. We need another tiebreaker between Mayur School and Vivekananda Kendriya Vidyalaya. This is your third attempt. Will this be the last, or do we keep going with this tiebreaker? Here comes the third question in this crazy tiebreaker. Who are the current ICC Men's ODI World Champions? Who are the current ICC Men's ODI World Champions? Who are the current ICC Men's ODI World Champions? I'll give you 5 more seconds, unless you want to press the buzzer now. Should be an easy one, this. Who are the current ICC Men's ODI World Champions? No? No answer? No buzzer? Wow, okay. It's a bit surprising there. Anyway, the current ICC Men's ODI World Champions are England. How could you have not known that? We saw the most thrilling finale of that ODI World Cup, where England beat New Zealand. Wasn't to be. Okay, we'll try once again. We have another question coming up for you. I wonder if this is easy or not. Here it is. Who was the only Indian athlete to win a gold medal at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics? The Vivekananda have pressed the buzzer. Do we have an answer?
Neeraj Chopra.
Neeraj Chopra it is. That's the correct answer. Yes, it is. He brought India gold after a long wait. And Vivekananda Kendriya Vidyalaya came up with the correct answer after what was a marathon of a tiebreaker. And with that answer, they will finish at the second spot behind St. Paul's Senior Secondary School. Let's now take a look at the final scores. This was the Rajasthan edition of the finale at the Fit India quiz. A quick look at the scores. So there it is. We do finally have the clear picture at the end of the Rajasthan finale. St. Paul's Senior Secondary School going through to the national finals. So then time now for the prize distribution ceremony. 4 teams, one playing at a completely different level, but it was the Mayur School from Ajmer that finished second runners up with a prize money of 50,000 going to the school, whereas Vatsal Singh and Rida Khanna will share 5,000 rupees for a performance they will have to think a lot about in the times to come. Mayur School Ajmer, the second runners up. But it was the Vivekananda Kendriya Vidyalaya from Bhilwara who stole the second spot. With that last answer, they finished the first runners-up and win a prize money of 1,10,000. 1 lakh going to the Vivekananda Kendra Vidyalaya Bhilwara School, whereas Vinamra Sancheti and Kunal Bhagwan there will share 10,000 rupees. But the team that scaled the summit, the team that will represent Rajasthan at the national finals, the winners of this state final, St. Paul's Senior Secondary School from Udaipur. Congratulations to Nalin Bansal and Hunar Pandya for coming up with a performance to remember. They win a total of 2,75,000 rupees. 2.5 lakhs going to the school, whereas Nalin Bansal and Hunar Pandya will share 25,000 rupees. They will share the spoils. Excellent performance that. They will be a force to reckon with at the national finals. Congratulations. There will be an element of a live fitness round at the national finals, and it will be aired on Star Sports and on Hotstar. With this terrific episode, we are at the close of the state grand finale of Fit India Quiz, the Rajasthan edition. A big thank you to the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports and Ministry of Education for giving all of us, and especially these youngsters of India, the opportunity to perform on a platform like this. This is me, your quiz master Manish Batavia, signing off. Do not forget the magical mantra that the Prime Minister gave us. Fitness ki dose, आधा घंटा रोज.